Kasparov, world chess champion for a decade, the game's top player has come to Moscow to show his skill and his passion against other chess heavyweights. The lightning-fast Indian Viswanathan Anand and the Ukrainian Vassily Ivanchuk and a star-studded field of 16 will do battle inside the famous walls of the Kremlin. We're here at the Kremlin Congress Hall in Moscow. Over the decades, this has been the center of power in Russia, but today is the scene of other power struggles in the world of professional chess. Hello and welcome to the Intel World Chess Grand Prix, where the Professional Chess Association's best players are vying for a $160,000 prize fund in a spectacular speed chess format. I'm Maurice Ashley, and with me is Grandmaster Daniel King from England. Now, Danny, what does speed chess do for the game?
It makes the game much more exciting. Not only do the players have an opponent to battle against, they've also got the clock to think about, and it puts much more pressure on them. So quite a lot of mistakes happen, but that makes the chess more interesting.
Well, a player who makes few mistakes is world champion Garry Kasparov. And he's been champion since 1985, so he's definitely a favorite in this event. But Danny, there's some serious opposition here.
There's Viswanathan Anand from India. He plays so quickly, he really puts a lot of pressure on his opponents. There's Vladimir Kramnik, the young Russian, who's already beaten Kasparov several times in speed chess, as well as winning the overall Grand Prix from last year. And there's Vassily Ivanchuk from the Ukraine, who's so spaced out, you just don't know what he's going to do next. He's really causes some shocks for his opponent. So this tournament, absolutely wide open.
Each competition is a 4-round, 16-player knockout tournament. Each match consists of 2 50-minute games. If tied, a 9-minute Blitz game will determine the winner. And Danny, this speed chess format makes it very difficult on the players.
It's very tough indeed. When it's this fast, they make a lot of blunders. Chess is not perfect here. But then again, that makes it a lot more interesting.
In the first round, the top half of the draw featured Vladimir Kramnik.
The 20-year-old Russian has taken the Grand Prix series by storm. He's such a powerhouse.
And in the bottom half stands world champion Garry Kasparov.
The world champion is going to have a tough time maintaining his reputation here.
But the highlight of the first round turned out to be the match between Jonathan Spielman of England and Spielman Topalov of Bulgaria.
My compatriot, Jonathan Spielman, just played a superb game here. Here he sacrificed his queen and he's got 2 rooks on the attack. Look at Topalov's king there. It's being checked by the rook. Topalov hesitating. He's got no time. And Spielman deadly here. The other rook coming across the check. And now that's it. The king has no squares and he's resigned. Oh, no. He's hesitated there.
And he's about to be crushed. Now Spielman checking and Topalov shaking his head and finally resigned in a spectacular match. Jonathan Spielman moving on to the next round. Along with Spielman, most of the other top seeds moved on, including the surprising Alexander Morozevich.
This 18-year-old from Moscow is really beginning to make his mark on the chess world. He's upset a lot of the older players here.
The fascinating match from that round, though, was the 63-year-old Viktor Korchnoi against Vassily Ivanchuk.
Now, if you look here, Ivanchuk has a queen and knight against Korchnoi's king, but Ivanchuk has no time whatsoever to checkmate. So there's a big rush here. This is what speed chess is all about. Ivanchuk closing in for the kill, and there he goes. Bang, checkmate. And Korchnoi can't believe it. He's shaking the clock. He thinks Ivanchuk's run out of time, but no, he made it.
And Korchnoi completely disgusted at the end that he didn't make it. And Ivanchuk moves on with the other top seeds, Kramnik, Anand, and Kasparov. The first semifinal came down to the Blitz game, Kramnik on the left, Ivanchuk on the right.
Here we have Ivanchuk under some pressure, but he's defending well. He's taking pawns off, and there. He's just taken a bishop. Kramnik forced to put his knight in the corner, and now Ivanchuk taking control. He's moved his pawn right down to the 7th rank. He's trying to get a queen, and now Kramnik having to give up his rook. So now Ivanchuk pushing another pawn down the board. Remember, if he gets the 8th, he gets a new queen. Ivanchuk in control here.
Neither side having much time at all, but these guys can whip off 20 moves in 20 seconds.
The time now the most important factor. Ivanchuk has a winning position here. He's got an extra bishop, a bishop and a pawn against a pawn. This is technically a winning position for black, and now it's just a question of time.
An overwhelming advantage for Kremlin to resign. Ivanchuk moving on to the final. The other semifinal matchup came down to the second game between world champion Garry Kasparov and the Indian Viswanathan Anand. And Danny, this game, Anand seemed to be torturing Kasparov.
Just look at Garry here on the right. He's just racked with pain here. His position is just breaking down totally. Anand in complete control. Look at the two rooks barreled up against the weak pawn on d6.
The crowd not happy here, watching their favorite go down, being just scrunched by Anand.
But that's just in a blind alley. The queen can go nowhere from that point. Anand can do what he likes here. Just simply rook takes pawn. There it goes. He's so cool in this position. It must be all over. Anand 2 pawns up here.
It's a terrible situation for Kasparov. He looks like a beaten man. He doesn't even look as if he's looking for any ideas. This is a totally busted position, 2 pawns down. Not a position a world champion would want to play. And he's resigned. He's resigned, and Anand has defeated Garry Kasparov, and he's moved on to the final. So 2 of the best speed players on the circuit, the Ukrainian Vassily Ivanchuk and the Indian Viswanathan Anand, are in the finals. Backstage, Garry Kasparov was disgusted with his loss.
When you lose at chess, you feel like you're dying. And here it must have been doubly humiliating for Kasparov in front of his home crowd in Moscow.
So a wonderful final is set. Coming up, game 1. A fabulous check. A check to the king, and the crowd likes this move. An incredible check. The king has to move somewhere. Moving over.
This is a brilliant combination. Superb combination. Ivanchuk makes the queen. Anand can capture it, but now check. The king moves and bishop takes rook. This is technically a winning position for Ivanchuk. He's played brilliantly. It's a bishop and 2 pawns against 2 pawns. Technically must be winning.
Incredible combination by the Ukrainian grandmaster. Now he's up a bishop, and this for a grandmaster is just a technical win. It's going to be easy, but he's still trying to be careful. Anand looking to make moves, but Ivanchuk must have a winning position here.
And he's up on time. Ivanchuk has more time, so that's not a problem. And he's got control. He's moved his king up. It's a win. Anand has resigned.
Anand has resigned, and Vassily Ivanchuk is the winner of the 1995 Moscow Grand Prix. It was truly an incredible tournament with a lot of exciting moments, Danny.
There were some dramatic blitz games. The 4 top seeds got through to the semi-final, but then the favourites lost. Ivanchuk beat Kremlin, and Anand dismissed the world champion. In the final, we had 2 of the greatest speed players in the world, and they produced a thrilling encounter.
The $160,000 total prize fund, Ivanchuk got the lion's share, getting a check for $30,000. In second place was Viswanathan Anand with $20,000. Kremlin and Kasparov took home a cool $15,000 each.